This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the revised annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and Star Ledger on February 28, 2023. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purposes of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions and/or discussions in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and the township staff. Any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communication are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonNJ.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order of the Livingston Code. Carolyn, roll call, please.
Council members Meinhardt.
Here.
Klein.
Here.
Begoli. Here. Deputy Mayor Anthony.
Here.
Mayor Vieira.
Here. So I would like, if we could just join me in a moment of silence and a Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Councilman Meinhardt, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, thank you very much. It's exciting to see a chamber full of people, especially the young people of our community. So we have a couple presentations for tonight, and we have two actually. The first recognition, we want to congratulate the Livingston 5th grade travel basketball team. They were undefeated in the Suburban League champions, and their coaches, Pete Cullen and Ryan Gillock. And can you come on up and tell us about your season? And as they okay. So I was reminded, I was going to do it afterwards, but Councilman Klein would like me to just mention, Pick It Up Livingston is an event that we pick up litter. There's teams of people that go around and they have certain areas to pick up litter. May 13th is Pick It Up Litter Day in Livingston, and hopefully some of you here can join us. Some of the viewers on Facebook tonight and LTV can also sign up and join us, but that is May 13th. Did I do good, Councilman?
Yeah, we're going to make sure there's a sign up on L-Town, and if you love Livingston, come and make it beautiful that morning with us, okay?
Great. Welcome, coaches. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your season and your exciting season?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having us with the mayor and the town council. We appreciate that you're recognizing the boys. It's a great honor to be here, and we're all very proud to be part of this. It was a special season for the boys. This was their first time doing travel. We started 5th grade, and we finished 16-0.
Can you grab the microphone?
Grab the mic,
Oh,
so,
they can hear you.
so that everyone at home can hear you also.
Hello? Okay, there we go. So yeah, it was a great season. We finished 16-0, playing against mostly Essex County teams, Milburn, Glen Ridge, Verona, Nutley, all the local towns. And it was a long season, 16-0. I don't care what league you're playing in. Everybody's shooting for you when you're undefeated. You got a target on your back. And these boys were resilient throughout the whole entire year. Some games we were missing some players, shorthanded, kids were sick, but throughout it all, these kids battled, they fought, and a lot of gratitude towards them, towards their parents. We practiced more than any team, I guarantee you that. Had more scrimmages than any other team. A lot of late nights in January and February when I'm sure the parents want to be sitting at home, not coming to pick up at practice at 9:30 at night. And we never got one complaint from any parent, not one complaint from any kid. They all worked together. It doesn't matter if you were the strongest player or the last player on the team. They all made each other better, and it was special. Whether it was a tough practice where you made the kid you're guarding better or encouragement, it didn't matter. Not one kid complained, and it was really a team effort. And you know, it was great. The last game was a championship at Heritage. It was a standing room only crowd. After the game was over, everybody rushed to court. It was really great to see, and the Tribune did a really nice job covering it. So we owe a lot to these boys. We're so proud of them throughout the entire year. Literally from practice 1 to the championship game, they were terrific. Every single thing we asked out of them, they did, and we're just so proud that you guys are recognizing them for their hard work and for the accomplishments that they had this year. So we want to thank the parents, the players, and of course the town council for having us.
I'll be a little shorter than that, but it's really great memories, as Pete said. It's when you guys get older and you're our age and you're drinking soda with your buddies. You could discuss all the memories of all the games that you guys had. So, as I said, it's all about creating memories, and I think this last 4 months, you guys created some great memories. So, great job.
And also, real quick, I just want to give a big thank you to Ron Barbella in the
Yes.
back, who runs the sports recreation program. Without him, honestly, it wouldn't have been possible. Whenever I needed a gym, a referee, he moved things around, a game time. So, and honestly, it's a lot of moving parts. And Ron was so accommodating to us, whether it's a custodian I need to speak to, you know, a time change, that kind of thing. So kudos to Ron. We really appreciate all his hard work in helping to make this happen as well.
Good.
So thank you.
Thank you, and again, we want to thank the players, but also thank the parents, because it's really a big thing on the parents. But the council's going to come down, and we have some citations. I don't know why they call them citations. It's not a ticket. It's just it's called a citation. If I had it my way as mayor, I'd probably rename it, but I don't have the votes. But we're going to come down and get to some citations. So as the council calls your name, if you can come up and grab the citation, and then I have one for the coaches. So, Councilman Klein, you want to?
Let Deputy Mayor jump in.
Oh, want Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, read first 3.
Yeah. Why don't you,
1.
I got the coaches. So. You need your glasses?
Yes, I do. All right. Dylan Weaver. Shane Manoff. And I think it's Jacob Epstein. Jacob Epstein. There you go. Step to the mic.
Ryan Traub. Way to go. Congratulations. Madden Mandelbaum. And Jonah Cohn.
Brady Resnick. You're welcome. Ryan Rosenberg. Congratulations. Bryce Cullen.
Matthew Gillick. Congratulations. Trevor Edelman. Congratulations. And Blake Simon.
coaches, we got everybody, right? We didn't miss anybody. So right now, I have the, We got everybody? So right now, I do have the pleasure of presenting this certificate to team coaches Pete Cullen and Ryan Gillick. So congratulations, coaches. So I don't know who's... So I guess, Mike, you want to take some pictures with the boys? Let's give these champions another round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Good job, guys.
That's right, that's right.
Hopefully we'll see you next year.
Hey, thank you. Congratulations again.
Thanks for recognizing the picture. I know they deserve it. Thank you.
So we have a second recognition, and that's for the Livingston Junior Lancer Wrestling Team. This team, for the first time in 20 years, are the winners of the Suburban League County Tournament. And I'd like to ask coaches Coach John Kane, to come up and tell us what it's like becoming a champion for the first time in 20 years.
Thank you for having us this evening. And I first want to thank all the parents. Without their support, it would not be possible, and all the kids. They worked really hard this season. We came from not winning many matches last season to the first tournament of the season. I think we scored 18 or 19 points as a team. We lost our first match by one match, 6 points, and then we did not lose again for the remainder of the season. The kids came back and won the county tournament with 220-something points as a team, compared to the 19 that we had when we first started. So the kids worked their butts off this season. I'm very proud of them. I want to thank again the parents, the school, the high school for always being available and all that. I want to thank Ron Barbella for all his support. And I want to thank our booster club for all their support, and thank you guys for everything. So we appreciate it, and we look forward to all the future stuff and success we're going to have. Thank you.
Good. Congratulations again to both the team and the families again. So we're again going to come down and present the team some citations. So.
They want to hear the name at home.
Okay, great.
Okay,
That's
You probably want to go first.
Yeah, I'm going last.
Yeah, you want to
You're going first.
Let's go last.
I'll start.
You want to go last.
All right. David Chuvin. Here? No.
Here, so I'll give it to the coach.
Okay. Yeah. Nathan Weissman. Nope. Daniel Smolinowski. Smolinski. Xavier Rahman. Jack Lord. Hey, I got one. I got one. All right, Jack.
Whoever gets
Yeah.
the most kids gets it.
That's right. I got one.
Contest, you got one.
10, 11, 12. I have 12
You can step here.
Everybody stay here.
Hakoi La Duan? Close? No? All right. Hunter Lee? Am I doing 10? Eli Levinson. Oh, here we go. Eli Levinson? No. Is that 10? 1, 2, okay. There we go.
Giorgio DeCorso. Jordan Leak. Jaden Munch. Donovan Ferry. Jacob Azarau. No luck, huh? All right. I did better with basketball. Chance Ricci Barrows, excuse me. Chance Ricci Barrows. Nope. Evan Wasserman. Okay. How many we got? Let's see. 1, 2. All right. Fordham Watson. Giancarlo Toro.
Michael Shaker.
James Min. Someone else could jump in.
I'll go, because you want to go last. I'll go, so you get the last ones. Christopher Farinas? No. Manuel Escala.
Way to go, Manny.
Oh, congratulations. All right. Michael Guinness? No, 2 for 2. I got the touch. 2 in a row. Wow, it's all on. Congratulations. All right. Brendan, terrible last names. Brendan Zalitsky? No, okay. Samuel Kanchik? Ethan Carney? Michael Chaiklin? He's got to be. I saw your mother. I saw the mother. Okay, again, give it to him. Give it to him. It's a good friend. Okay, good. All right, and I will try one more. Jordan Commit. Okay, you're up. Well, I might as well end on a good. I was 3, so I'm going to stop there.
Sarit Wishbaz? Sakrit? Sorry. Andrew Strulsum? Ryan Strulsum. Is Ryan here? Yay, Ryan Strulson is next. Come on up. Matthew Peter Ferdinand. Ryan Ferdinand. Jackson Seidel. Bo Schreier. Michael Giordano. Yeah. Michael. Joseph DeCorso. Hey, Joseph. Congratulations. Jacob Bagoli. Jacob Nadagal. Denzel Blionski. Yeah. I don't know if I got that right. Here, Denzel. Thank you. Jonathan Edelman. Yay, we did it. The coaches?
That's it. You're up next, Michael. All the coaches. All right.
Michael DeCorso?
Oh, did I miss him? Oh.
I'll have to get one.
Did I miss him?
So I think we have everybody. We got everybody? See, I'm the smart one. I didn't have to read the names. So I'm going to be 100% actually, I think. But again, thank you very much. Congratulations to everyone. Thank the parents also. I have the honor of just announcing the team coaches: John Kane, Nick Baffa, Aldri Ajora, Brian Mintz, Dave Levinson, and Justin Diani. So, do we have any?
Why don't you give this to the coach? Give this to the coaches so they take the extra ones.
Hey, congratulations again. Congratulations. So, you know what? I guess we'll take a picture. We're going to go in the back. These kids are maybe young, but they're taller than us. Great. Let's give them another round of applause.
There you go, guys.
Thank you. And again, we also need to, again, thank and congratulate Ron Barbella.
Oh, here.
Thank you. So we have one more, yes.
Just make him stand right. Michael, stand right. Okay. Here we go. Just stand.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much. So we have one more proclamation to read, and it's a Arbor Day proclamation, and I will read it. Yes. Thank you. So before I read the proclamation, I was just informed that the broadcast of the meeting had crashed, but I believe it is now up. So it did crash, but we apologize for any missed part of the meeting. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heat and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, given the paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fire, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic viability of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Michael Vieira, Mayor of the Township of Livingston, do hereby proclaim April 28, 2023 as Arbor Day in the Township of Livingston. I urge all the citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support the efforts to protect our trees and the woodlands. Further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. So thank you. So at this time, I do not see Eileen Fishman with a county presentation. May I have an approval of the minutes pending corrections? We have the regular and conference meetings of March 27, 2023, and we have the closed session of March 27, 2023, and we have the closed session minutes from March 27, 2023. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes pending corrections? So moved. All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. So before we move on to public comment on agenda items, and before I open the comments, Mr. Cantor, do we have any items that are going to be in closed session tonight?
Yes, Mayor, good evening. We have an update on our fair share housing litigation. We have an employment litigation to discuss, and we also have a public safety issue that will be discussed under attorney-client privilege.
Great.
I don't know if any members of council have any additional items.
No.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So may I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only? May I have a second? All in favor? Opposed? So at this time, the meeting is now open for agenda items only. There is a 4-minute time limit per person. When you come up to the microphone, please give your name and address for the record. Thank you, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. 23127, authorizing execution of memorandum with the Township in Essex County for installation of maintenance and surveillance cameras. Does this have anything to do with the license plate readers?
I believe it does. Yes, it does.
All right, so these are going to be paired with cameras?
Yeah, that's what I interpreted when I read it, yes.
All right. Resolution 23-133, releasing developers agreement for 8 Peachtree. This is for the 54 berth warehouse distribution center that's going in back behind the medical center across from the mall?
I believe, Russ, do you have an answer for that? I believe so.
Yeah, that's where they took down the old office building.
It's the old office building, is that the question,
Yeah,
Justin?
well, I mean, that you're putting in a 54 berth warehouse distribution facility, correct?
That's what it reads, yes.
Yeah. So is there any way to stop this? Do we need to go forward with the developers agreement? And basically, there was no public support for this. There was no public commentary for this. This was, passed by a bank in Tupelo, Mississippi, through 2 major insurance companies and being funded by the Texas Teachers Retirement Fund. And we gave away a pilot that's giving 16% returns before we take a bite out of it. And nobody in this community, nobody wants a 54 berth warehouse distribution facility back there. Can we put a stop to this motion, please, and just figure out something else to do with that land? Maybe we need another elementary school or something. We don't need a 54 berth warehouse distribution facility in this town in that corner, especially with the huge one that went
Mr. Hopper, I don't want to interrupt you. I think you have the wrong location. This site's complete. I'm not sure what was built there, but we're releasing the developers agreement.
Yeah, they
and
met the requirements of the developers
and they
agreement
posted a maintenance
their
bond
bonds.
today.
Can we put a pause to it? Can we stop
already
it?
been
It's already
built,
built.
Mr. Hopper.
It's already built.
They already built it.
Yeah.
I haven't been back there. in a
We're
while.
just releasing all the paperwork, documentation,
So
correct?
we got confirmation from our engineer and Mr. Lewis that that developers agreement was fully complied with. The last requirement was to post a maintenance bond, which was posted today. So we're actually discharging the developers agreement.
Okay. The fair share housing that's going to be held enclosed, what's going on with that?
So, Mr. Hopper, we still have a compliance hearing that's coming up. We're still working out some negotiation with issues regarding the Esplanade Hotel, the Westminster Hotel. They're trying to intervene in our fair share housing. We're continuing to negotiate with the Westminster developer and also fair share housing on that site.
All right. And I saw, I guess, in the paper last week, there's another development. How much more development are we going to be authorizing before we just say, hey, we got to slow down here?
I don't know what development you're talking about. We're done with our fair share housing.
We're done with fair share
we're
housing.
Correct, except for this one issue. That's,
Well, I mean, Mayor, we've entered into a settlement agreement with Fair Share Housing. We have a compliance hearing, and the Esplanade is seeking to intervene in that as an additional development.
but that's one of the last pieces, correct?
To the Fair Share Housing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But there will be future
But I don't know about
rounds.
other developments
There are
there, but-
future rounds.
All right. Are we going to put up a good defense for future rounds?
So I did reach out, or I tried to reach out to Governor Cody. Senator Bucco actually has a bill, a pending bill. I'm not sure if there's an assembly sponsor yet, and that will push the fair share housing round, the next round, back to 2028. That has not been discussed with the council yet, but it will be discussed of whether or not we support that. But it is out there, and I know that I'll support it. I will support it. But
When that happens, we ought to have a conversation about what laws we want changed so we have greater local control, and let's take a leadership position. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Justin. Is there anyone else, any other comments on agenda items only? Carolyn, have we received any written comments from your office on agenda items? No. Hearing no more comments, may I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items? Motion to close. May I have a second? All in favor? Opposed? None? Okay. Tonight, there are no ordinances for second reading, and there are no ordinances for introduction, and that brings us to the consent agenda. So, and under the consent agenda, all matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Just to let you know, we are pulling tonight resolution
23-130.
23-130. Madam Clerk, could you please read the resolutions on the consent agenda by title and resolution number?
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 23-127, authorizing execution of a memorandum of understanding between the Township of Livingston and the County of Essex for the installation and maintenance of surveillance cameras and equipment on traffic signals and rights-of-way belonging to the County of Essex. Resolution 23-128, authorizing a contract with Jesco, Inc. Resolution 23-129, authorizing the award of a contract to FSC Leak Detection. Resolution 23-130 is pulled. Resolution 23-131, authorizing the acceptance of the following streets: Jason Lane, Lafayette Drive, and Overlook Road. Resolution 23-132, claimant certification requirement, and Resolution 23-133, releasing developers agreement 8 Peachtree Road.
Do any members of the council wish to have any items removed from the consent agenda for a separate discussion or voting? With that said, may I have a motion to approve the resolutions on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
May I have a second? Second. Okay. Carolyn, could you please call the roll?
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Begoli.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
Mayor Viera.
Yes. May I now also have a motion to open the public portion on any subject?
Motion
Wait,
to open
we
the public
gotta-
portion on any subject.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the meeting is now,
They're not gonna vote on the
meeting is now
full
opened on any subject with a 3-minute time limit. When you come to the microphone, if you could state your name and address for the record. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. At the last meeting, you guys went into closed session with respect to the mall. Not asking about the counsel that you received in that closed session, because obviously, I guess that's subject to privilege, but can you fill us in? Where do we stand with the mall? What's going on? What's going on with litigation? What's their position? What's our position?
So, Mr. Albert, that's also part of our fair share housing. Fair share housing has filed a motion that we have to deal with the Livingston Mall as part of this round. We're talking
This
about
round being
the third round,
starting, the one we're currently in, or starting in 2025?
the one we're currently in, and we're currently also
So we could
negotiating with
we
fair
could
share housing with
potentially
them.
have hundreds and hundreds of units on top of what we've already authorized.
There's ongoing litigation, Mr. Albert. It's a public document. Fair share housing has filed a motion, and we've opposed it.
Okay, and so the conversation specifically with respect to the mall, where are we as a matter of negotiation right now?
So given that we're negotiating with fair share housing on that issue, it's subject to attorney-client privilege.
Mr. Mayor, would you be interested in waiving privilege so the public can be part of this conversation?
No, I can't, sorry.
You could.
No, I can't.
No, I mean, you could.
No, I can't.
You could.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'm not gonna play
Mr.
this
Mayor.
game. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Albert.
Any other comments?
Hi, I'm Stephen Lerman, 34 Morningside Drive. It's my first time I've been here in like 26 years to a hearing like this. Just a quick question. I wanted to know, what is the status with the town with the evaluation of the location for a potential retail cannabis store, allowance to set something up in the town? I know just from reading the paper, there's been an evaluation report that's been published by the, I guess, Barry Lewis. So I want to know what the status is and where it's at, timetables or...
So at this point, and please jump in, feel free to jump in, there is no timetable at this point. We did, the town released a report, and it did not talk about retail cannabis. It talked about all the other classes of cannabis, and the town council still needs to talk about whether or not we're going to approve the other classes. In regards to the retail cannabis, that was not part of the report. However, we are talking about doing a separate report just for retail cannabis in Livingston. However, at this point, there's no date set for that. However, I'm thinking it's probably going to be this year sometime.
And what is the procedure? Does that have to get approved by the council, and then it goes to the planning board? And then who makes the final determination?
In regards to,
if that's going to be allowable?
regards to approving?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
The council would approve the ordinance and the zoning for it. It would then go to the planning board for master plan consistency, and then would come back to the council for a vote on adoption.
Okay, so you would envision something happening hopefully by the end of the year?
I can't
report, right,
promise,
Mayor?
but it's possible.
Okay, thank you very much, appreciate it, thank you.
So I have a question for you, though. Are you for or against retail cannabis?
I'm for. I'm going to be representing a group of partners who we have a conditional license. So, we would be interested in possibly participating in setting up a location if that does come to fruition.
Okay, thank you. It was just a
Okay.
question. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there any other comments from the audience? Yes.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Greenberg. I'm a resident of Bloomfield in Essex County, New Jersey. I graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson University with a Bachelor of Science in Biology, and I have a background in medical administration. I'm here to speak to you today about the establishment of our adult-use retail dispensary, McKenna Crops. As a minority, diversely owned microbusiness, we were thrilled to receive our conditional Class 5 retail license in October 2022. We're now 95% complete with our conversion application, and the last step is gaining municipal approval. We've submitted an LOI for a property on South Livingston Avenue, which is located in the B1 zone. We wanted to express our gratitude to the Livingston Council for reconsidering cannabis sales in their municipality. My partners and I have spent a great deal of time researching different municipalities and seeking municipal approval, and we were particularly excited to learn that Livingston was considering opting in. I personally have many fond memories in Livingston. My grandparents used to live on Fellswood Drive, so we would spend a lot of time at the Ritz Diner or the Livingston Public Library. Allowing retail cannabis in your municipality would award you two things. First, the opportunity to differentiate Livingston from other municipalities by offering support to a diversely owned microbusiness founded entirely by residents of New Jersey, as opposed to bringing in outside actors, such as large corporate MSOs. Second, Livingston would benefit greatly from the 2% tax revenue that a craft boutique dispensary would bring to the town. Microbusinesses are estimated to bring in a minimum of $3 to $5 million per year. Furthermore, our brand's values align with those of Livingston, such as reserve peace, reduce fear, and provide for a safe environment. We place great value on educating the consumer about cannabis products, delivery methods, safe methods of consumption, effects, etc. Our goal is to destigmatize the plant and educate the community about its benefits. It's important to note that while alcohol and tobacco are currently federally legal, they are known to cause disease and long-term effects. The research is still not complete about cannabis because it has been criminalized and prohibited, and one of the drawbacks of that is a lack of conclusive medical research. Our team is committed to benefiting the community by hosting community events and workshops to provide hands-on learning opportunities about cannabis. These events will cover a range of topics, including how to use cannabis safely and responsibly. They'll also provide an opportunity for individuals to ask questions and get answers from experts in the field. Finally, we plan to provide educational resources to local universities, which will include information on the latest research on cannabis, as well as guidelines for safe and responsible use. We've seen what other municipalities are doing in regards to fee structure for licensing and application processes, and we're more than willing to help the city of Livingston in whatever way that we can. In conclusion, I hope I've convinced you of the many benefits that our diversely owned microbusiness can bring to Livingston. Our goal is to educate the community, provide a safe environment for consumers, and contribute to the town's economic growth. We look forward to the opportunity to work with Livingston in the future. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else from the public that wishes to make comment?
Hello, Hader Rizvi, 49 Melrose Drive. I'd like to share some data on cannabis use as medicine with older adults. A study by the Journal of Geriatrics Society in 2020 surveyed adults over the age of 65 and found that 15% reported using cannabis in the past 3 years. Most of them took it for medical reasons, citing pain, sleep, and anxiety as their top reasons, but only 40% of them reported telling their healthcare providers. Another study conducted in 2022 by Rutgers University surveyed New Jersey residents sharing their opinion on cannabis use in the state. An overwhelming 91% agreed that it benefits people with certain medical conditions. 60% agreed that recreational marijuana use outweighs the risks and harms associated with its use. 63% agreed that residents should be allowed to grow their own plants on their private properties. Just recently, Zen Leaf and The Botanist were fined by the CRC for prioritizing recreational consumers over medical card holders. The existing dispensaries are not owned by New Jersey natives and are strictly profit-driven. They paid the $5,000 fines and will likely continue this practice. The NBA has removed cannabis from their anti-drug testing program, no longer penalizing players for use. Other professional sports will likely follow. These are some of the reasons why it's important to have dispensaries owned and operated by New Jersey natives who are part of the community, that are staffed by healthcare providers who can ask the right questions and direct people on how to communicate with their physicians. Drug interaction checkers can be used to assess the safety profile when a person is considered adding cannabis to their regimen without the advice of their uninformed doctors. With proper education on dosage and routes of administration, some of the known side effects of THC, such as dizziness, which which can affect balance, increased heart rate, or delirium, are all preventable. People who live here voted to have this reliable alternative option available to them locally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any other comments from the audience? Carolyn, has any written comments been received by your office for the second public portion?
Yes, Mayor, I do have a comment to read. The comment is from Stephen Gilberg, and he writes, "Please bring back Zoom." The following letter appeared in March 20 issue of the West Essex Tribune. As a result, many residents have written to the township, our council members, and our local paper. Unfortunately, our township and council members continue to ignore the growing call for open, transparent, and accessible town meetings. As a result of the utter and complete silence from our elected officials and town employees, a group of concerned Livingston residents have created a petition which can be found at www.bringbackzoom.com, and we urge our neighbors to sign this petition. Please sign the petition located at bringbackzoom.com. Again, despite ongoing requests to resume public meetings using Zoom technology, Livingston Township and our elected town council members have apparently instead made the decision to disenfranchise residents from our right to civic participation. When will the council direct the town to bring back Zoom as promised and stop allowing for the taxation without representation? Bringbackzoom.com. Dear editor, I am writing to express my disappointment and those of many in our community with the Livingston Town Council's decision to discontinue the use of technology, such as Zoom, that allow residents to participate in town meetings remotely. During the height of the pandemic, virtual meeting platforms provided to be an effective tool across all types of businesses and organizations, and our township was no different. By adopting these virtual meeting options, the town allowed for residents to participate in town meetings while maintaining social distancing guidelines. Additionally, it served an unintentional benefit of allowing for greater accessibility and inclusivity for all residents, regardless of their physical location or mobility concerns. Now, as we've established our new normal, we see almost all companies and organizations continuing their hybrid work environments in some form. It's simply become part of our daily operations. However, the Town Council has decided to revert to exclusively in-person meetings with no hybrid format offered. Allowing people to passively view on Facebook and not participate is not a hybrid format. This decision is a step backward for a town whose mission is being, quote-unquote, a community for all ages. It is particularly problematic for elderly residents or those with disabilities who may struggle to attend in-person meetings. In essence, the council is ignoring a big part of our community and not being inclusive when it has the means to do so. With the town's recent decision, I'm left wondering why it isn't willing to adapt to changing times when it would be simple to do so. The use of technology to facilitate remote participation is not a new concept, and it has been proven to work effectively. Many other towns and cities have continued to offer virtual options for the residents even after the pandemic has subsided. Livingston should follow their lead. Furthermore, the pandemic has shown us that remote participation not only promotes accessibility, but is also more efficient. It saves time and money, reduces carbon emissions, and allows more residents to participate in the democratic process. By limiting participation to in-person meetings only, you want me to keep going?
How much more you have? Let's extend it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Finish it, Carolyn.
By limiting participation to in-person meetings only, the council is also limiting diverse thinking and representation, which is critically important to a modern-day township that provides itself on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I urge the town council to reconsider the decision and reinstate the use of Zoom to allow residents to participate in town meetings remotely. Doing so would demonstrate a commitment to inclusivity, accessibility, and adaptability that aligns with our town's external messaging. I would also ensure that residents, regardless of their physical location or mobility, have equal access to the democratic process and can contribute to the town's decision-making and governance. If you agree, please sign the petition located at www.bringbackzoom.com, urging that the town bring back Zoom and remote participation. And of course, please share this petition with your neighbors. Sincerely, Steve Gilbert, 39 Baker Road.
Thank you, Carolyn. Is there any other comments that you received?
No, Mayor, that's it.
May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject? May I have a second? All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Now, at this point, we're at the report to the township officials. Deputy Township Manager Russ Jones, you have anything?
Only to remind the residents that we have the electronics recycling this weekend. Electronics recycling is this weekend from 9 to 2, plus confidential record shredding. We also will be taking fluorescent lights, and we do rechargeable batteries.
Thank you. Carolyn, do you have anything to add?
Just that I will be attending a workshop this Friday to make Livingston, or hopefully get us on the way to make Livingston a film-ready township.
Okay. Our CFO, Ann Cucci, anything?
Yes, thank you. Just the one thing I mentioned about the library emergency repairs we're doing, which includes everything, so you'll get a resolution at the next meeting with probably the exact amount. And the other thing is the budget will be done on the next meeting, April 24th, I believe, and introduced. I have some issues a little bit with the state right now, so, okay.
Good. Thank you. Our Township Attorney, Jared Cantor, do you have anything to add?
No, Mayor, nothing further. Thank you.
Good. So comments from our council members. Councilmember Ed Meinhardt?
Thank you. I think I'm good this evening. Appreciate it.
Councilmember Sean Klein?
I just wanted to replug that we are going to have this year's Pick It Up Livingston, which is our almost annual event. We stopped during COVID a little bit, but where groups and people, hundreds of people, gather around Livingston and pick up trash on the morning, and we're doing it on May 13th. So we will post on L-Town and other places. It'll be in the Tribune. It's on the town webpage about where you can find information about joining up. But we're excited to have as many volunteers as we can. If you love Livingston, come and help us make it beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Rosie Begoli?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Deputy Mayor? No, I'm good, thank you, Mayor. So, thank you. So the only thing I have two things I just want to mention. The pool survey is still opened. You can get the pool survey at www.livingstonnj.org, or paper copies are also located at Town Hall, the Livingston Senior Center, and the Livingston Public Library. The surveys are available until April 16th. And I also want to remind everyone that April is World Autism Month. Maybe at the next council meeting, we could have a proclamation, Carolyn? We could put one together? Good. So that's all I have. So I want to just thank everybody. We are remaining in open session and going back to the conference room to finish those items on the conference agenda. And then we're going to be followed by a closed session. Our next meeting is scheduled for April 24th. Good. Thank you very much.
You can see their video and you hear them like you're on cell phone. And there's no feedback, it's one channel. So we're working on it, it's just, we don't have enough people here, so it's gonna be really hard. People don't realize, yeah, you can do something, but there's so much involved. Yeah.